What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. I know it's been a couple of months, but we are getting back into our indie comics weekend. Every weekend, taking an opportunity to cover some indie comics that most people really don't see at all. Kicking all of it off, we are picking up with Nocterra, the Nemesis Special one-shot. When we had last left off with Nocterra, what we had seen is Amori and Val. The two of them are headed to Argus. They are trying to get the light cannons. If they can get the light cannons, they believe that they might be able to defeat Nox. But with Eos coming under fire, Blacktop Bill making it inside and creating his own little shades, it is now a fight for survival. But Amori came up with a plan, letting Blacktop Bill inside of his head, keeping him distracted. But he also keeps his eyes closed so Blacktop Bill will not know where they are. Now the only question, can Amori hold out? Will Blacktop Bill be able to break through and ruin all of their plans? And if that wasn't enough to deal with in itself, the world has begun to shake. The tremors are happening all around them because Nox has finally arrived. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with the discussion between Blacktop Bill and Amori. Blacktop Bill is inside of his head. This is the plan, keeping Blacktop Bill inside of his mind, keeping their secret location until they can finally get there. Right now, they are 7 miles out. Amori is still holding strong, with Val holding off any straggler shades that might grab hold of the rig. This is what takes us over to Eos. They have found themselves severely overrun, locking themselves into the smallest room in all of Eos, in the command center where they'll be able to operate whatever it is they need to do. But their survival weighs on Amori. If Val and Amori cannot make it with those cannons, then this would all be for naught. This is where we pick back up inside the mind of Amori. Blacktop Bill is messing with him, coming in the form of his mother, of his father. As he struggles with all of these nightmares, this is when Blacktop Bill takes him somewhere more quiet. While Amori does his best to keep their location hidden, Blacktop Bill continues to probe his mind, but he also gives him a little history lesson. He tells him the deep dark secrets of Nox, what everybody else has yet to figure out. Now Amori and all of his friends, they are going to try because they are the light, and the light is the most universal truth. There is one constant in the universe. From darkness, light is born, and in those moments, the light begins to run. It goes as fast as it can, one of the fastest things, if not the fastest thing in the universe. As it races across the void of space, it leaves behind small pieces of it, and that is stars, the life-giving points in all the skies. But where there is light, darkness follows. It looks to reclaim what it lost. And then Blacktop Bill goes on to explain Nemesis theory, a hypothesis that came around in the 1970s. It was created to explain the cycle of mass extinction on our planets. The theory of how so many planets that should have life do not have life. They may have the markings of life, but something happened. That something is the darkness. For every life-giving star, there is a Nemesis star, one that is made of dark matter, formed slowly in darkness, unseen by all of our instruments. The dark star orbits the life-giving sun, but slowly, metaphorically, waiting for life. This theory applies to planets like Mars, as we are shown a glimpse of the oldest form of life in our solar system, 5 billion years ago, 500 million years before life on Earth, the very first life that our sun ever gave. This is where we are shown Nox, the oldest life form, the original. For when the dark star approaches their sun, when the cycle starts again, Nox comes to life. And this has already happened 2 times. Nox has claimed life on this planet for the dark star. And now comes the 3rd time, the era that they are currently in. Amori, not knowing what to do, he goes deeper into the mind of Blacktop Bill. He does this in an effort to keep Blacktop Bill away from wherever they're going. But as he does so, he is able to look further past their solar system. He looks at the whole galaxy. He looks at every life-giving star in the Milky Way. And what we see on every single solar system is a version of Nox, a Nemesis. Every single planet that has ever hosted life the darkness always comes. This is the inevitable cycle of the universe. Blacktop Bill trying to explain to Amori that there is nowhere to run. There is no way that you can defeat this. The only way to truly win is to let the darkness take over. And at this point, Amori is definitely feeling the weight of all of this. Almost giving up the location, only giving away small details, saying things like Thousand Eyes, cannons, lights. Now at first, Blacktop Bill doesn't understand what he's saying. He doesn't understand what he's talking about. Becoming more outraged, becoming impatient, he begins to scream at Amori, telling him to tell me where we are going. But in that moment of weakness, Amori is able to break through. He does understand one thing that he had been told. Light is always caught by the darkness. Darkness will always come, but the light will rise again. Every planet, the light rises again, and then the darkness runs. Every single planet that he was shown, life fights back. Darkness may come in the end, but while they are alive, they will fight. And when he opens his eyes, he sees light everywhere. This is when Amori finally wakes up. They have arrived at Argus. When he looks up to the sky, they see the crack. This is where Nox is starting to come through. Knowing the time is short, they gotta move quicker. They go inside and they go to get the cannons of light. But when they arrive, they see that everything has been destroyed. Blacktop Bill still in the head of Amori, telling him to go look outside. And when they do, what they see are shades. Hundreds of them. As far as the eye can see, too many to fight. You see, Blacktop Bill figured it out. Keywords like Thousand Eyes, light, cannons. He figured out where Amori was going. He tried to make Amori see. He tried to help him understand that this was always going to happen. And as Amori looks up to the heavens, he goes to look for the light, for anything, but he doesn't find light. What he finds is Nox coming through. And now all they can see is darkness. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments, with one more issue to close out all of this series. Now, according to Scott Snyder, the next issue, which is Nocterra issue number 16, this is the arc finale. It's also the last issue for the foreseeable future. And so this is not definitive that this will be the end of this overall series as a whole. There's a possibility that we could very likely see more Nocterra in the future. And I gotta say, since issue number 1, I have absolutely loved Scott Snyder's Nocterra. It has been absolutely phenomenal. I believe that it is still being adapted as a Netflix series, and I cannot wait to see what they bring to the table. Hopefully they stick to source material, but not everything really transfers over to the film medium. So we'll just have to wait and see. But this was another great issue. We get the understanding that the universe is working in a cycle of light and dark. That life, it will flourish for a while. It could be hundreds of thousands of years, but the darkness will always return. The Noxes of the world will always come. The darkness will be there to consume. And while it is inevitable for the darkness to come, that does not mean that the light cannot survive. Even if most of humanity has been wiped out, the light can still fight against the darkness. But with the light cannons being decimated, with Nox now making his arrival, it appears that all hope has been lost, and that darkness has won the day. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories, if you would like to get completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series. Go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.